What's up, guys? This is Pete from foryourvitahype.com. I am taking a look at Dynasty Warriors Next on the Vita. It does not have dragon in the name, and nor does it have dragons in it. Well, thus far at least. This is, I don't know, about 4 hours into the campaign. There's multiple campaigns. I've already finished one or two. So this is, I believe, the start of the third one. Maybe it's the second one. I don't really remember. I've been playing this game in spurts. So right here, before you go into battle, you create a stratagem. You have a certain amount of gold, and then you have the basically cards of officers, and like it says, that one says the attack and defense of your character will be increased, so you buy that. So that was all the gold I had. I bought 2 cards to make my forces better, and now I am going to invade. And when you invade, you select your officers, which, if I remember correctly, took me a second to do. But these officers, unlike the last thing where it was just you were getting their abilities, these guys are actually on the ground fighting with you. And the one under player, obviously, is you. Then when you're done, you go down to select to start it, which I know because I've played this game, and still it took me a second to remember because I'm dumb. So the map on this one is pretty straightforward. You kind of go in a straight line out of there.
What a magnificent sight. This battle was over before it even started.
The voice acting is terrible. So here is the map, the mini map. When you drag it out, you can then send officers to go do stuff. So I just sent the officers to go attack that first place. And now I am going to go there on foot myself. My camera's still terrible. I have a new camera coming soon, so hopefully the quality of these videos is going to get better. But it's a clean looking game. As you can see here, I believe there's a demo for this on the store now. I had already owned it though, so I haven't played the demo. But if you've ever played a Dragon Warriors game, you kind of know what to expect. They don't really change. I haven't played a Dragon Warriors game in forever, which is part of the reason why I got this, is just sort of curiosity about the series again. There we go, I captured the first point. Now I'm looking at my thing again. I just dragged the officers to go take the next place. Get my ass kicked by tigers. But anyway, if you're not familiar with the series, like I wasn't, it is very simple. There are strategy elements to it, which I guess people say if you play in the higher difficulties, you have to really sort of pay attention to it. You have to protect the territories you take over. This is one of the mini games that come up, where you have to tap the guys as they come in. Those are pretty lame. Thankfully, they happen like once or twice a battle. So they're actually nice because it's a quick little change of pace. Because as you'll see otherwise, the game consists of 98% hitting square and triangle and hitting dudes with your sword. That's what you do over and over and over. And you know that, like I said, there are these little layers of strategy where you're looking at the map. Like I couldn't capture that place, for instance, because if you see that blinking thing in the upper right, or it just went away, but it was basically telling me that this place up on this hill to the right over here was blocking that place from being capturable. I don't know why. So I decided to stop in here and take over this thing. And yeah, I mean, it's just not that all that much to it, you know. I'm just using my giant sword and fucking dudes up. But there is something satisfying about that as well. You know, I'm not being negative about the game because I actually enjoy it. As I was playing this when I recorded it, I enjoyed it. I realized there that I can't get up that hill, so I need to figure out how the heck to get up there. I think I decided to go back over here. This place, once you take this over, you can do arrow barrages. You may have seen that arrows were landing on me earlier. And so I decided I wanted to take this over quick, so then they would stop shooting arrows at me, and my guys would shoot arrows when I'm trying to overtake stuff. So I guess that would be another thing that just shows the little bits of strategy. You know, I'm not a hardcore strategy guy. I know there's dudes PCs who play very intense strategy games, but I am a fan of strategy games, and as far as this game goes, the strategy's pretty basic, but it's enough to, I don't know, gets the job done. I do plan on playing it on a harder difficulties, because I've heard that ups the strategy.
I hereby claim this area as my own.
The voice work.
Nothing less from my father. An eye-opening performance.
As you hear, is garbage. It's really bad, and there is a section at the end of this video that even if you get bored, I recommend just fast-forwarding to the end of the video, where you have to fight this really fat, stupid guy. So anyway, I decided to summon my horse and find my way up to this thing, which was preventing that first area from getting captured, where all of my officers are still there fighting, but they can't capture it. I figured I'd keep them there, though, because that stops them from trying to invade my early territories. So as you see, you can fight on a horse as well. I just did a power into a wall, which was dumb. I don't like fighting on the horse as much, so I just got off and started swordsing them, and then using my ice magic, and then using my sword again. And as you see, there's officers mixed in for the other team. That's who was just kicking my ass. You will sometimes get into a mini game with them that is like a ghetto version of that iOS title that I can't think of the name of right now. It was made by Chair. Infinity Blade. It's like a ghetto version of that, where it's like this touch-based thing, and you have to like swipe when it wants you to swipe, and I don't know. You'll see it coming up in a little while. And that too, sometimes if you want to do your magic attack, tapping on the screen will do different stuff, though I messed up there. I do it better later on. So I just captured that, and that immediately unlocked that first area because my whole army was there. And if I'm smart, I'm going to open my map and send my guys someplace else. I don't know that if I'm smart, though. You can kind of ignore guys in the field if you want. I decided to stop, because those guys are obviously running to try to take back one of your territories. So, if you kill them, then obviously you don't have to worry about your territories being taken back. Sometimes I just let them run by, though, and I just try to take all their stuff before they take mine.
For yours is the first head I shall see. My ambition cannot be stopped.
You are powerless before me. Here is ice magic.
Powerless before me.
See there. There I did it by tapping. Like, it changes the magic, which I don't even know what that sphere does. Okay, now I'm smart, and I'm going to start sending guys. I'm trying to figure out where the heck my officers are. Yeah. You'll figure it out, Pete. Yeah, drag it over. Drag it over. There you go. Took me a second, and it's actually fairly intuitive. Part of the problem is playing this on the other side of a camera tripod. It's hard to be seeing if I'm lined up with the tripod while playing. So in most games in the videos, I'm not the greatest game player in the world anyway. But this makes me even worse. So here is the Ghetto Infinity Blade. So yeah, when you lock up, you have to tap all the buttons that pop up, and then you can whack on them a little bit. And then when it wants you to flick a certain way, you flick. If you just hold your finger down, you block. I don't really see much use in blocking. And then when you get them to a certain point, you go now, and you just go nuts on the screen, and then you say you're powerless before me for the 500th time in the fight, and you've defeated that officer. This is the final area of, like, this is their original base, so it's the hardest one to take out. And there will always be one of those fights there. They're not bad. I mean, they're bad in that, like, if there was a whole game designed around that little mini-game, it would be terrible. But this game is so sort of one-dimensional in that you are just using square and triangle and killing 1,000 dudes, that when these little mini-games come up, they're actually nice little distractions, even if they're not particularly well executed, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But yeah, on their own, when you break each one down individually, you go, yeah, you know what, that's not all that great. So I am killing guys because Cow's a badass, and everyone is powerless before him. I don't even think I have the rest of my army come help me take over this base. I control the rest of the map, so I have all of the support options going, arrows getting dropped. Oh, no, there's an officer of mine running around, killing dudes. I think this does it. So there's some voice acting coming up. When that happens, I will just be quiet so you can enjoy the beauty that it is. So you get some experience and stuff and some loot.
Hey, are you the one messing up our fields? Huh? We put a lot of work into plowing these fields. You won't get away with this.
Wait, I think there's been a misunderstanding. But it looks like you're not in the mood to talk.
You can't talk your way out of this. I'll show you I'm nobody's fool.
Very well. Come and face me if you dare.
That is wonderful acting, ladies and gentlemen. If the Academy Awards don't give a special award just for that scene in this video game, I will be shocked. So, yeah, every once in a while after a battle, there will be an argument between dudes like this, and you just have to play the little mini-game again. In this one, you'll see that sometimes you have to block, because I get to the point where he starts beating my ass. Yeah, he's doing it now, so I'm trying to hold down the button to block. I finally get locked up with him. Tap enough buttons, and then now, and then I go, what, dude? And then,
Who's next in line?
and here comes the second scene of amazing quality.
We are not the ones who ravaged your fields. There are many out there who are starving, perhaps driven mad by hunger. They were left no other choice. Why don't you join me? I could really use somebody of your strength in order to restore peace to the land.
I don't understand such complicated matters. But do you mean that there will be enough food for everyone?
Yeah, come with us and our Lord will make it happen.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'll agree to fight alongside you guys.
Okay, you've convinced me. I don't understand such complicated matters. And after you finish a mission, it tries to go online. It never tells you what it does online. I don't know. Maybe there's leaderboards that I haven't found. Well, anyway, screen's gone black. Movie is over. Check out the site at foryourvitahype.com. Thanks for watching and have a good one.